Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial of AdamaScript. So in this tutorial we're going to do the project 2, which is Strolling in the jungle. So we're going to learn a basic animation in this project, okay? So we will make our monkey move from this place towards the tree. And while doing it, we'll make the monkey dance or, make its hands move or change its color or do some, make some noise as well, okay? So this tutorial is comprised of a couple of steps, okay? So we will start with step number 1, which is animating your monkey. So before we go to the IDE, so this is the IDE, it's empty right now. So what we could do is we could choose our sprite, the monkey. So these characters are known as sprites, okay? So the monkey is here, so now we need the background, so you can choose the backdrop from here and then come to the nature and then press tree. So once you press this, you can see our background is set up and monkey is over here. So what we would like to do is we would want to shrink the monkey's size a bit because it is almost at the same size as the tree, right? So as you can see, and we have a couple of costumes in the costumes tab. So monkey's hand is moving over here, as you can see. So let's go back to the scripts tab. Now we will start with the steps, okay? So now it's time for our step 2, which is we want to animate using different kinds of loops, okay? So what we would want to do is we want to make the monkey move from here to here, okay? So we could do it in 2 ways. The first way is using just the move block, adding, like, let's say move a couple of 100 steps or something. So move 10 step gets us to this much, so we need at least, I think, 200 to 300. So start with 200 and then press the move block again, so it goes here, it's not here, okay? So I think there's another 100 over here. So before you press this, just bring the monkey back and press it again. Now it's perfect, 300 steps, okay? So now we need to get another move block, add negative 300 over here, since the positive 300 gets to the front, the negative would get us to the back. So front and back, okay? So now we want to add an event block. So whenever you click the monkey sprite, it would do something, okay? So for example, now we've added this event block when the sprite clicked. So when the monkey is clicked, it will move 300 steps. So let's see. Yes, it's doing the thing, whatever it should do. Now we want to wait here for 1 second and we want to come back again, okay? So every time you add, so just think about the programming in steps by steps, okay? So whenever you click the sprite, it will move 300 steps and it will wait for 1 second and will come back to 300 steps back, okay? So let's see what happens. 1 second, come back. It's amazing, right? So you've done the first step of your programming, okay? So it's beautiful. I think it's nice. So we could do it in another way using a repeat block. So for example, you don't want to write the move block so many times, and there are a couple of times we don't want to just write similar blocks every time, okay? So what we do is we use a repeat block. So we can use this block to repeat something. So for example, we will delete that and we will use the 10 step. So it will still do the same thing that what we have done before, except it will go 100 steps, not 300. So to make it go 300 steps, we need to change something, either repeat 30 times or either make it move 30 steps at a time. So 10 times 30 gives you 300, you see? So it's repeating the move step block 10 times. So every time it will move 30 step, 30 step, 30 steps. So by 10 times you get 300 steps, okay? It's the same. Now what we want to do is we want to change the color of the monkey as well. So what we could do is we could add in a wait block over here first. So monkey will wait a bit, and then we will add in a looks to change the color of the monkey. So let's learn what's happening. So let's see. So every time the monkey is moving, it's waiting for a bit and then it's changing the color, okay? So this is how it's working. So now on the next block, what we would do is we will use the next costume block, not this one. So this is the one. So next costume block, and let's see what happens, okay? And we don't want to wait 1 second every time. So let's get the monkey back to where it was, and now you see what's happening. So the monkey is changing. So I think we need to add the wait 1 second block. So notice what's happening. So see, the monkey's hand is moving, okay? So monkey is literally walking to the tree. So this is more, you know, realistic. So this is how we can create our animation, but it's not looking that good because of the color. So I will add this clear graphic effect block at the end. So every time you run this, at the end of this block, after repeating 10 times, this block will be used by the program, where all the graphic effect will be gone. So you see the graphic effect is gone. Okay, so what we want to do is right now, let's delete the graphic block. Now we want to change the size of the monkey by a bit. Okay, so this is another block over here. So what we would do is change the size block just underneath this, and next costume. So this is our code. So now don't get scared. Okay, the monkey is gonna get out of the screen now. Let's see what happens. So every time you see, the monkey is increasing in size as well. Let's see how big the monkey gets. How big? Okay, so we repeated it 10 times. The monkey is almost near the size of the tree. Can you see it? Yes. So we can even, you know, so let's follow the tutorial that we've created before. So repeat 30, and we will keep the 10 steps. And now once we repeat it, we're gonna have the same thing, and just drag a clear graphic effect block, and it will clear all the effects. Okay, and keep on pressing it. Okay, it's not doing anything. So what we need to do is set the size block to 100% and press this one, so it's becoming smaller. Let's set the size to 50%. Okay, so it's right now it's fine. I think this is fine. So what we want to do is right now, let's click this right and see what happens to the monkey. Oh, so yeah, we need to get rid of this wait 1 second block first, so to see the monkey moving really fast. So let's press the set size block to 50%, and this code. Yeah, you see how big the monkey gets? Careful, it might get out of the screen and pinch you. So now, once we have tested the animation, we need to understand that we need to set the size and the graphic effect to the same, right? So we will add these 2 blocks at the end of our code. So after finishing this repeat block, we will add it at the bottom. Okay, and we will also want the monkey to go back to the same space, right? So let's run this and see. Okay, it's going out of the screen. You see? So this is what happens. Now let's go to the motion block and add a move. How many steps? I think we need to go back to at least 300 steps. So we will press that, and the monkey is over here, as you can see. So we need to drag the monkey back, and so this should be our program. And every time we click this, the monkey will go out of the screen and come back to its own place. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to add in a bit of sound. Okay, so every time we want to add a sound, we have to go to the sound block and add the sound. Okay, so add the sound block here, so monkey will move and make a noise. So the sound is actually quite late, so what we can do is we can bring the sound block before the move block actually. So yeah, just drag and drop and see what happens. So this is happening quite fast, the repeat block, so we need to add the move play sound block before that. Let's see what happens now. Yes, this is much better, right? So now in this step, what we would want to do is we want to add in a lion to our project to make it more attractive. So how do we add another lion sprite? So we go to the sprite library over here, and then from the sprite library we come to the animals. Once we are here, we can go down and you can see here lion, lioness. So I'll just add in this lioness to make it seem like, you know, the lioness is barking, like shouting at the monkey, and the monkey will try to move or something. Yeah, so yeah, the lion is a bit big. Now what we want to do is we want to make it look like the lion is also moving and doing the same thing. So whenever we will add this block, whenever the space key is pressed, we will move in at least 200 steps. Okay, so so that we can make it look like the line is also moving. And then after that we want to wait for 1 second from the control block, and then we want to move back again to the same space, okay, so wherever we've come from, so minus 200. Now let's see what happens. Actually I will change this and I'll add the when the sprite is clicked, so it's much better, so I can just click this and see. So it's moving forward and coming back. You see, our animation is working. Now what if you want to add a sound? So we go to the sound block, and now right now this line is gonna say meow. So what we want to do is we want to record a sound, our own. So you can press this button over here, the recorder, and now let me just record the sound quickly. So right now the lion is going to make this noise, okay, so I'll just write it lion sound, okay. So once we write a lion sound over here, so it will be renamed quickly. Okay, no, it's not yet done. So lion sound, and press enter. So once you press enter, it will be here, and then you can go to the script tab, and you know how to add the sound, right? So we'll go to the sounds block and play lion sound. So every time it moves, it will play a sound as well. You see, so this is how the animation is going to work. And we can even you know, assign different keys, so every time you press a different key. So for example, we can add the S key for this rather than the sprite. So let's just go to the event block and add in this block over here and delete let's add this block over here and delete the space block. So every time you press the sprite, oops, actually I didn't change it. So we want to add the key S, so you can go down here and choose S. So every time you press S, it will go to the front and, you know, make a noise. Now let's come back to our monkey, and we want to assign letter A for this. So let's assign A. So it's just, you know, the reason to choose S and A is because it's near in the keyboard, just side by side. Okay, so now once we have A and S ready, so press A and S, see what happens. Okay, so isn't it amazing? So now you have unlimited possibilities. You can choose your own character from this character library. In the sprite library, you could choose new backgrounds. You could, you know, literally make your own animation. Okay, so once you've created your animation, save your project over here, save project, and then your project will be saved. And then you could even you know, record your animation. You can post it in our forum. You can post it in Adama site. Okay, so you could also see all of these things in a PDF format over here in the Strolling in the Jungle page. So just come here, find out the PDF version, and right click and open link in a new tab, or just press that. So it will bring up a Strolling in the Jungle PDF version for you if you want to read it, if you prefer to read it rather than, you know, watching the video. So this is the Strolling in the Jungle. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're gonna have a great day.